Okay, today we're going to learn halacha. There was a maisa in certain yeshiva that the cook over there put the chalas for the bochrim before Shabbos, just before shkiah, into the oven.
Which yeshiva?
A yeshiva. What's a different word? A yeshiva.
Okay.
He put the chalas just before shkiah, into the oven, and then took them out when they got ready. So when the bochrim found out that he put it just before shkiah, many of them didn't want to eat it. It became a whole tumult over there. If they couldn't, they cannot eat it. So I just want to see the origin of this halacha. This halacha starts always from the Mishnah in Masechet Shabbos Daf Yutes Amud Beis. It says clearly like this: "En noisnim pas latanur im chasheicha," meaning before shkiah im chasheicha, close to chasheicha. You cannot put the bread, the challah, into your oven im chasheicha. V'lo charora al gaba gecholim. They used to have a cake. They used to do the charora on top of the coals. Elo kadesh yikrimu poneim ba'odyom. Until it's gonna get a crust on top of the
from the heat
of the either the bread or the charora. You're gonna see already that's a simmer that's already somewhat baked before Shabbos. Yeah. Rabbi Lezer Omer kadesh yikra matachtan shalom. There's a machlokes over here whether the top have to be ready, the bottom have to be ready. Now remember the top and the bottom in the time of Chazal, the tanner was, it's like they do the pita today. They stuck it into the walls of the oven. That makes enough kamina. So which part becomes ready first? The one stuck to the walls of the oven, or the one open to the open fire? So there's a machlokes. There's so many different shittas over here which have to be ready. I'll upon him the idea over here, whether you're going to say the bottom part which is stuck to the oven, or the top part which is open to the fire, and the girl adds the whole sides also of the bread have to be ready on top. Either way, however you're going to say, the idea, the concept of it generally, that this challah bread or pita have to be somewhat before Shabbos ready, ready, not completely, but at least ready. And then if you didn't do that, that's already a lot of halachas we're going to see now that's osur to use on Shabbos. Now the question is like this: why challah bread is different than the regular food? The regular food, the halacha is you could put it a minute before shkiah, food completely raw, and then when it gets ready on Shabbos you could eat it, no problem. If it's completely raw. By challah it's not. It have to be ready before. What the difference? So the Levush explains, he says, by the food, it doesn't get ready quick. It takes a while. It takes hours for the food to get cooked. So we know it's called Masiach Das. You forgot about it. You know, there's no need over there to go to stir the coals, to change the fire setting. You know, it's not going to get ready anyway now. So you know, by tomorrow, the cholent will get ready. By tomorrow, so I don't have to do anything to it. Mash'enken, by the bread, it gets ready a lot quicker than the food. It gets ready a lot quicker. So over there we have a chashash. If it's not ready before Shabbos, you might play with the fire. Because of that, we say, no, the only way you could eat the challah, when you put it mamash before shkiah by the oven, if it's at least somewhat ready, you will see already. And then people also forget about it. No, it's going to get ready soon. I don't have to play with the fire because it's already got somewhat ready. That's the concept of this halacha. Now, halacha l'maisa is like this. The Shulchan Aruch, like I said, there's so many shittas who pass like chachamim that have to be ready on top. Or like Rabbi Eliezer have to be ready on. Like I said, we're going to see there's not really enough kamina to us today. L'mashal, the Ramah makes life a little bit easier because how are you going to know, l'mashal, according to chachamim, according to Rabbi Eliezer, the bottom part of the challah have to be ready. What, you're going to take it out to check how you're going to know? So the Ramah makes it easier. He says like this: V'chol shepoirson ve'en achutin nimshochim kruya krimas ponim. If you would cut now that bread, which is not fully ready, maybe you could call this par bake. If it's cut, it's not going to fall apart. It's already it's not going to have strings coming out of it. It's already become a little bit inside, all standing together. The dough, that's got already ready. Lagaba this in, and then you could leave it there even.
It's
So
like saying you put a stick, a temperature thing, or in any recipe.
right. No, so I'll tell you, I think over here, it's not the produce, you have to take it out. The balabaster or somebody does it, they know already after, let's say, if I put in the oven after, let's say, 10 minutes or 15 minutes, whatever, they know already the timing, let's say, and after that time, it's all ready, so you could soy mechan it. Again,
You
so,
put a
Is it
tooth
by shkiah or by Hashmash's?
oh, that's have to be ready before shkiah, before, that's have to be ready like this. Okay, I know where you're going with this. In the shkiah, we have two shkiahs. Okay, so right now, let's say it's have to be ready before shkiah. This way, we don't go to any war zone. Let's say it'll be ready before shkiah. Yeah, we'll put a few minutes. And let's say, for example, after 10 minutes, this type of bread with that size of the bread, after 10 minutes ready kormu paneya, then you could leave it there. That's no problem. Okay, now I'm going to tell you why this whole thing is not enough committed to us. I'll tell you why. Now, in this also the Ramosh says, upashtido opladin, meaning pashtido opladin is the dough they used to fill in with things that, like today would be potato knish, that the dough is a filling on potato. Some people put meat inside the dough. The daddy says, if it's already not just bread, but bread with some fillings, over there, the bread, it's one halacha, the fillings over there, that's beside the bread ready, you have to make sure that the food over there ready k'machal ben drosoi, because if it's not ready before shkiah, now by the way, it is before shkiah, because of this halacha, it's reminding me now, have to be ready k'machal ben drosoi, which is, it's by Shabbos, the two opinions, if a shlish bishuloi, a chatzim bishuloi, if it's third of the cooking or half. By Shabbos, we'll machmir half a bishul, by bishul Yisrael, what we learned yesterday and the last week, we'll make a shlish bishuloi. Anyway, so if it's already ready, half of its chatzi bishuloi, half a way it's ready. Let's say it takes to get ready 2 hours, and 1 hour it's already ready. So by the thing that has a middle, you will consider it as a dish, not as a bread. That have to be ready. Okay, again, that's also not nagel lemaisa to our question. The question again, the cook over there put the chalas just before shkiah. Could you eat them lemaisa on Shabbos? When it got ready on Shabbos, you took it out. Could you eat them? So again, first of all, all this halachas, the Chazal and the poskim, they're telling us what you're allowed, what you're not allowed, and all this, not lechatchila. Nobody should come to Shabbos in such a way. Everything is b'di'evet. Oh, I could do that. It comes Shabbos like a mensch, ready. We even learn halachas, should be able even to sleep before Shabbos. It's all this b'di'evet. If you didn't do it as a yotzei min haklal, if somebody lives like this every Friday, everything by him is the last minute he has shilas, that's not the way to makabel Shabbos. Even such a thing happened. So here's where I'm going with this. I'm going to go to the bottom line of this. We say, it's not enough coming. I'll tell you why. The Magen Avraham brings, who poshut, that's like it's obvious, the Bekiro, Grufo, Vektumo, Hakol, Shore, Kmoshikozo, Besiman, Reshnon, Gimel. The whole thing of it, the whole shilas of the Chazal, by bishul, by afiyah, by baking, by cooking, you might come to stir the coals, you might come to Chilul Shabbos. If the food is not ready, you might do something that should become ready faster, you might come to Chilul Shabbos. But if Grufo V'Ktuma, meaning you removed all the coals, you covered the coals, B'Yomeinu would be, let's say, on your fire, you have no knobs, you have no controller. Or, the gabai baking, you put it in Shabbos mode. But you put it in Shabbos mode, you could go up and down. There's nothing going to change. And that temperature where you left it. So Memela, it's a groove of a ktuma. It's no nafkamina. The whole chashash, you might come to play with the fire. You cannot play with the fire over here. So if somebody put a day, let's say in the yeshiva over there, when they did this, they put, let's say, the thing in the Shabbos mode. Then no controllers could change anything. Hakol shara, if you could put a second before shkiah, We could take the Challah on Shabbos, enjoy them, lechatchila, less man the palik, without any problem. Because it's a group of a ketuma. The whole chashash of you might play with the fire, it's not shaykh over there. So Mimele, it's one again. It's not recommended to do all this the last minute, but if somebody had to do it once in a while, comes it was a shasat chag, they were late, and so you could put it in the oven in a Shabbos mode. Then it's a group of a ketuma. That's called group of a ketuma. There's no, you can't play with the fire. Then it's all becomes so lamaisa in this yeshiva. This whole tumult they could eat it or not. Lamaisa la halacha they could eat it glad kosher with no problem because it's a group of a ketuma. If it wasn't on a Shabbos mode and you could change it, then a problem. It probably depends how ready it was. If it's not ready, then there's a lot of halachas over there. When it's not ready, so that become more questionable. I just want to clear when it's clear. When they're called to such a place, they leave the oven in the Shabbos mode because wherever they need it. So Memela, they should not have a problem putting it. Again, it's all this not the chatchila, but it's a person. You don't go to Shabbos in such a way with such a behola. To come with Yishuv Adas Shabbos.
If you don't have Shabbos mode, you used to make a silver paper or from the blech bent over the control.
It's become more problematic. I'm talking about B'yomeinu, that a lot of people leave the oven in the Shabbos mode. All this becomes simpler.
He's saying that if your blech is covering over your knobs, that's Shabbos mode. That's a
Right.
Because it's a reminder.
Right. If you do anything, you do a reminder that you're not
Shabbos
touching.
Mode, you can also touch the button and change it. It's not the.
Yeah, but the Shabbos
You can take it
mode.
out of Shabbos mode.
I'm saying, but that's a reminder. You're right. If there's any reminder that you're not touching the thing, that's all kosher.
Rabbi?